Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I refresh my hair on second day hair. You can see that my roots are definitely getting oily and the curls I had before are just very limp, so let's fix it. So the first thing you're going to do is grab some dry shampoo. You can grab any brand you want, but I just go with this Dove Volume and Fullness one because if you have thin hair like me, then this is going to help to add some more volume back into it. And I have to put a lot on the back of my head because my cowlick is really bad. So basically what this is going to do is make sure that as we're styling the hair, this is going to absorb the oil and just give us a much cleaner and fresher look to work with. Then next you just want to section off your hair and you're just going to tie this up so that it is out of your way. With second day hair, sometimes it's easier just to go with whatever style you had the day before and basically just freshen that up. Then I have this curler. This is the Infinity Pro. I think it's a 1.5 inch width. It's already warm, so I have it on 310 degrees. Basically, for this lower half, I'm just gonna curl everything towards my face. So you can just grab a chunk like this. And you don't need to go very high because this is just the bottom layer. You can see it has this little nice C shape, so go ahead and just hold that and let it cool down as you're supporting the curl. So again, just pull it down, curl it up. You can also lightly touch it to make sure it's not getting too hot because you don't want to burn your hair off in the process. So again, just holding this nice C shape. You don't want to hold it flat like this. You want to support the curl so that it maintains the volume. I forgot to do this on the other side. This is the Redken Acidic Color Gloss. I use it because I still have a little bit of leftover dye in my hair, but even if you don't have that, it'll protect your hair and make it smell pretty good. I'm gonna do this one. So same thing. You can see if this is the end of it, I hold it a few inches above the end and then I just start dragging it down. Now the tip of my hair is here and then I'm just going to curl it up. At that setting, I'm going to go ahead and start down the second section. I think it is mostly set now, so I'm going to grab a second scrunchie and just very loosely we're going to tie this back. Do the bottom hair tie loosely so you don't leave any dents in your hair. And you're gonna let this part go, and that's just so that as you're curling the top section it doesn't get mixed in with the styled sections. So this looks really bad. It's not the worst second day hair, but I know that if I leave it as is and I don't style it, it's going to get a lot worse during the day and then I'm just gonna not want to interact with anybody. Oh my gosh, my hair. Alright, so now we're doing the opposite of what we did before. So instead of curling in, you're gonna now curl out. And this is so that you can have volume to your hair and you have the really pretty S curve or S curl. Clamp, start a little bit higher like this and just curl it in towards your scalp. Notice how closely I'm going to the root too because you want to have volume here. Having voluminous hair helps so much with hiding the greasiness because your hair will always look greasier if it's like thin and flat against your scalp. It kind of draws more attention to it. So I'm just very lightly opening up the clamp and going towards the end like this, kind of reinforcing the curl here. And then just for that very last bit of the tip, just throw that in the back. I just recently started styling my hair like this because I just learned how to do this a few days ago from a TikTok video. But I do have a hair appointment scheduled to get highlights. But now since doing this, I've been loving my hair so much, I'm like, maybe I don't need to spend money on highlights. But I probably will do it anyway because I feel like I kind of change and hair is such an easy thing to change. Okay, so it looks like, don't worry, it's not supposed to look cute yet, so just throw that to the back. Always make sure that you comb out your hair like this before you put the clamp around it because if you don't do that, it's gonna look very frizzy. Okay, so now this finger very loosely opens up the clamp like this and then lets it clamp down again before you recurl. So we have just this little bit that still needs to be curled. I'll just loosely open it, then you can let it go. The bangs, I think, are the hardest part, but with practice, you'll get there, I say, to reassure myself. So make sure that when you hold the curler for your bangs, don't pull it forward where it's going over your forehead. You want to have it on top of your head like this. That will ensure that you have more volume up top. Unless you like the look of it more flat against your forehead, you can do that. And then this part, I like it to kind of like where my cheekbones are, so I just like to hold it like this until it cools down. The key takeaway here is that when your hair is still hot, it is the most malleable. You have the most control over how it will set. Okay, so you can see it cuts at my cheekbone just how I wanted it to. And then I'm gonna very loosely do this one. This is what the finished top half looks like so far, and then the bottom half. So next we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Again, just make sure that you've brushed everything out. This part is a little bit trickier, I think, doing it on the right side, but for what reason I always end up grabbing smaller chunks on this side, so they come out a little bit unevenly. So make sure as you do that, you grab the same size chunks. So next, instead of having the clamp on the outside facing away from you, you're gonna turn it around and have it facing your face. So I'm gonna start here, clamp down and roll around, just like we did before. And now you can see that the clamp handle is behind me instead of facing forward. So now my thumb is just gonna loosely press it down and roll back like this. I think one of the most difficult parts about using a curler with a clamp like this is that when you open the clamp, sometimes the hair just falls out. So if it's easier, you can hold it with your other hand, like what I'm doing here. That way it doesn't slip out or curl at the wrong angle. Okay, move that to the back. So again, this clamp is gonna face your face. So start about here, roll up. Again, target your roots so that you get that nice volume. Instead of pulling the curling iron forward, you're gonna wanna kinda have on top of your head. Same thing here. Okay, this is what I mean. So this little part, you don't want it to roll, or you don't want it to slide out when you open the clamp, so just hold on to a little piece, move it down until it gets fed into the curler, and resume. Oh, okay, I'll show you on the next one. Okay, so now I put all my hair to the back. As you're doing this, the more you put the already curled sections to the back, the easier it is for you, because it just stays out of your way and prevents you from curling the same pieces over and over again. I think I'm just gonna do this small section first. With the small sections, it's easier to do most of it in one go. So hold this piece, drag it down, and recurl. Okay. And then for the bangs, you want at least this size for the chunk. If you go smaller, the bangs will come out kind of piecey. And if you want that voluminous look, you want to have something at least this size. So again, the clamp is going to face your face. Let's go a little bit higher. And now you're going to have it right on top of your head, not in front of the forehead. So don't put it in front here, put it on top of your head, like how you see it here. Loosen it a little bit, curl. Okay. You want to hold it until it sets right where you want it. So I want it to cut at my cheekbone right here, so I'm gonna hold it in place right here. So now you can go ahead and take that hair tie out from the bottom. Notice that I'm doing this, I'm not really brushing my fingers through the curls yet. I'm just rubbing in the dry shampoo from earlier, because now it's had some time to absorb the oil from my hair. Then look at how much fuller and like more of a roots look already. Okay, then bring your hair to the front. It looks so good. This makes your hair look like you put so much effort into it. So now I'm just gonna brush through it. Always, always, the bangs like this, push it back to maintain the volume. Then you can add brushes like this, just to make sure everything is nice and blended together. I'm taking this Kenra volume spray. I'm just gonna spray it along my hair. Don't put it above the ears, just put it where your curls are. And then for the bangs, always, always in the bangs. This is a super hold finishing spray, so if you don't want your hair to turn crunchy or you still want it to have that fluid movement, just very lightly brush it through so that it won't dry and chunk. It'll basically hold your curl without making your hair crunchy or stiff. This is the finished hair tutorial. You can see how much fresher it looks. I'll show you the back too. But yeah, this is the finished hair tutorial. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.